All right, I'm out here at the MGM National Harbor with Trayvon the Sniper Marshall, currently 8-0, 7 KOs, fighting on Saturday night.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
how I feel, man, first out the gate on the TV side.
Man, it feels great. Finally about to kick in that door. Show the world Trayvon Sniper Marshall is.
Now, let's talk about it. Last year, you were nominated for Prospect of the Year by the PBC. One of your stable mates, Michael, got that.
Angeletti.
Angeletti got that. Man, how does it feel to even be nominated for that, man?
Man, just to be nominated in such a big organization like PBC, man, it's great. Definitely shows that the hard work pays off, and definitely their eyes is looking at me. So nothing is going unnoticed.
With that said, man, definitely with the eyes being on you. You fight at a very highly decorated profile division in the 147. We just had a big fight with Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence, man. What do you see the 147 division now after that fight, man?
Man, after that fight, I feel as though when Terrence move up to 54, if the rematch happened with Earl, I feel as though he's gonna stay there. So I know Boots want that fight with Terrence, but it's like, man, do it make sense right now? Cause Terrence, I think Terrence either 33 or Terrence, I think he 30,
35?
like 36,
Yeah,
35,
36.
36. So it's like Terrence on the back end, so he trying to get the big fights, that makes sense. Boots, he's up there, but he still, got to build that following and, be a gatekeeper.
With that being said, let's talk about that, man, because you have the class with the next generation after the Spence Crawford, and you have the Boots and the Virgil Ortiz, and you're right beneath that class,
Yeah.
man. So let's talk about that, man. Your class with the young prospects. What do you rate yourself among the young prospects at the 147 division, below that tier of the Boots, Virgil Ortiz?
I rate myself definitely top number one. And that's been as though because, once again, 22. This is my ninth fight. I'm fighting a two-time Olympian. I think he's 5-0, 4 knockouts. So it's like, man, it shows.
Talk about that, Trey, because I've seen you in many interviews talk about it, man. You didn't have that national stellar
Right.
background as an amateur. 60 fights, 40 and 12, I think, something like that.
48 and 12, yeah.
48 and 12. Pretty much, man, you was a grinder to get in the position that you're in right now.
Right. I definitely was taught well. Like I be telling people, I'm definitely more mature than what my pro record and my pro experience is. And Saturday night I will be showing that.
Talk about that, man. It's like I can feel the excitement in you, man, because for many that don't know, man, you fought a lot on TV in Minnesota,
Right.
which built the fan base out there. But now you finally get that opportunity, after the COVID. They finally, will this be the first fights here at MGM since the
Yeah.
COVID?
Yes, sir.
So you're actually reopening the MGM National Harbor here, man, with these fights on Saturday night, man.
So once again, like I said, the first fight back home, back at the MGM, is gonna be a lot of eyes. So definitely gotta have a big performance.
Talk about the importance of a great team around you and helping you make the moves that you make and putting you in the positions that you are in today.
Great team is the number one step for me. You gotta have that foundation. I have a team that has great connections, so that's why I'm able to move the way I am. So yeah, I'll say that's definitely the first priority.
With that being said, Trey, on Saturday night, man, you have one of your stablemates also fighting, man. 18 years old, man, fresh out of high school. And on his third fight, he'll be streaming on the YouTube side for Showtime. How major is that?
Man, that's amazing. 18 years old. Two of his fights been on, on the stream. So it's like, man, it shows. We got solid team behind us. We moving how we move.
Now, also on Saturday night, man, we got Gary Antoine Russell back in the ring, man. You've had a chance, man, to get that work with him, man. What's the work like working with Gary?
Man, great work. Hell of a competitor. He's gonna push you. I definitely think he's gonna stop. He's gonna stop this guy on Saturday night.
With that being said, man, a lot of people might not know he's very quiet, man. Stay to himself. But in that ring, man, he a monster. What,
Yeah.
16 KOs right now?
Yep.
And I guess Saturday night, man, more eyes will be on him, and he'll start getting those opportunities at the
Yeah,
140.
definitely. I definitely feel as though he deserve it. You know, he's been proving himself by stopping everybody they put him in there with. So, you know, what's the wait?
And man, once again, man, I truly appreciate your time as always, man. Looking forward to a great performance on Saturday night, man. Showing out for the people in your hometown area, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you always, man. My man.
Respect, man. We out. All right, we out here at the MGM National Harbor. I'm with Trayvon Marshall's coach, Andrew Council, man. What's good, Andrew?
What's going on?
Hey, man. MGM, August 12th, man. First time I think the fight's been up here since COVID, man.
Yes, first fight up here since COVID, so looking for a great turnout today. Hopefully that the whole DMV come out and show some support.
You know, it's a big day for Trayvon, man. You know, he's fighting a former Olympian, two-time Olympian.
Two-time Olympic, yes.
And stepping up for a big fight on Saturday night, man. He's looking to make a statement, man. What'd you say?
Yeah, it's a good step-up fight for him. These are the type of fights that I feel like a young prospect needs to grow, to climb the ladder. We're not taking them for granted, so I'm expecting Trayvon to put on a great performance, using his jab, and just do what he do. Have fun in there.
You know, just speaking of the 147 division, we just had the Spence Crawford fight. Things will eventually seem to be opening up eventually with that division, man. How do you see that playing out as far as the division? We already know Earl has moved up. He's clearly put that 154 on his page. I'm assuming Crawford eventually will, but how do you see that opening up as far as young prospects and contenders for the 47 division?
Well, I actually think it's going to open up. It's going to be 4 belts, not even 3, 4 belts out there. So it's going to be an opportunity for a lot of young guys to step up. I think the front runner is going to be Deron Ennis, no question about it in my mind. He's going to be the front runner. And after that, I think everybody else will have to get in line.
Yeah, because I was just saying the same thing with Trey. I said, you know, after the Earl Spence in them class, and the next class that's right behind them, you have the Boots and the Versa Ortiz, and you're in that group right below that. I said, where do you see Trey among those young prospects, man?
Right now, I think he's in a great position. We're making moves. We're not just taking any fight. Every fight that we take, it's a team sit down, talk about it, what's next. We climb the ladder slowly. We're not trying to get there too fast when you're not ready to compete with them type of guys. So these moves that we're making, they're a team move. We sit down, we map it out, and we say, agree on it, that this is the right fight at the right time.
Not only on Saturday night where you have Trayvon Marshall, you also will have your young fighter, man, fresh out of high school, Dave Whitmire, fighting his 3rd fight, actually, and will be streaming on the YouTube side.
Well, he was streaming on the YouTube side. They had pulled him off this time right here, so this will be his 3rd fight. It was supposed to be streamed, but it's not streamed. We're just trying to keep him busy, keep him busy as possible, yes.
In the meantime, he's still doing this thing out there, man. Hey, man, let's talk about the whole concept of having a great team around you when it comes to moving your fighter.
To me, that's the most important part of having a team. It's 4 guys, everybody do their part, nobody crosses over to the next lane, and that makes it easy for the puzzle to come together.
What do you expect from Trey on Saturday night?
I'm looking for Trey to do a great performance. Like I said, use his tools, using his jab, doing what he's supposed to do. Just have fun. Don't try to do too much because you're at home, because sometimes you're at home, you try to put a lot of pressure on yourself. So I told him, just have fun. Do what you've been doing your first 8 fights. Use your jab and you will be okay.
Oh, that's a great point there. Will this be Trey's first? This actually will be Trey's first fight at home?
Now, this is his 2nd fight, but this is his first fight at home as a Showtime opening up event.
How much pressure can that be on a young fighter?
It could be a lot of pressure. That's why I said earlier that I'm telling him just have fun. Don't put a lot of pressure on you. Don't try to do too much. Just do what you've been doing your first 8 fights and using your jab, and everything will turn out all right.
You know, with a fight like this, after a fight like this, with a victory, where would that put Trayvon?
That's a great question. But to answer that question, that will put him in the top 10. That's why I said earlier, after that we get together, make sure we're taking the right fights. You don't want to rush a person. But once you're in the top 10, it's no going back.
No going back.
It's no going back. So after you get there, you got to make sure they're the right type of fight that you take so you can grow.
Man, I appreciate your time as always.
Thanks.
man. Triple Threat Gym, man. Look out for that name, for real, man. You got a lot in the stable. Also, I forgot that Wayne will also be fighting on Saturday night
Saturday,
also as
too.
well, but he'll be with his pops.
He was with his father, yeah. Wayne fighting too. His father taking care of that, so I have that part of the game put together with the puzzles and everything's okay for him also.
So it definitely takes a team.
Yeah, it takes a team.
Man, I truly appreciate your team. Time as always. I had to ask you this question real quick, though. Real quick, Waleed, man. You had put up something, man, about when you put something together, then when the set, then people want to get in on the meal.
No, what I meant by that is, okay, that's like anything in life, right? When you start doing something, sometimes people don't believe in you. And then as it starts revolving and stuff like that, they start reaching back out. That doesn't mean that you forgot or you forgot about that. It's just that now that they see it coming together, they trying to jump back on. It doesn't work like that with me because I remember everything.
Again, I just wanted to get that clarity on that, man. So I saw that, man. But I truly understand that concept behind that, man. If you ain't there from the bottom, laying that foundation, don't come when the house is built.
Yeah, true to a certain point because like you can have people that's cool with you and they wasn't there, but because you know their heart is in the right place, you allow them to be with you because they don't have no hidden agenda.
Oh,
you have
okay.
people with hidden agenda that act like it, but not really true to what you're trying to believe in. So I have friends that was cool to me that they didn't have to be there at the beginning but I know their heart is good, it's all good with me. I'm talking about the ones that have a hidden agenda to sit back saying you ain't gonna make it, then when you try to almost they can see the light, jump back on. That's different right there.
Great point there, man. Truly appreciate your time as always, Andrew.
Thanks.
All right.
First, I want to say thank you to Al Heyman and my team, Showtime, for giving me this opportunity. You know, the 147 division is about to be wide open. You know, you got a lot of young prospects coming up, so it's time to get a gauge on who's the next ones up and who's gonna take over. A victory over him, that's gonna stand me in the 147 division. You know, me being young, only 8 fights, going against a two-time Olympian. You know, that's a major thing. A dominant performance by a young, up-and-coming prospect that came out of nowhere for real, that nobody really know of. They gonna know my name for sure Saturday night.